Shadows of Chicago. Chapter 10. Blood on the Pier. Night wrapped the river in a thick blanket of fog. Police sirens shattered the silence. The shootout at Pier number 7 was still raging. Detective Cross peeked out from behind a concrete pillar. Bullets whistled overhead. "Tom. Go around them from the right." Tom Wilson nodded and ran along the warehouses. More gunfire erupted ahead. One gangster fell to the ground. Another dropped his weapon and raised his hands. But their leader was nowhere to be seen. A few minutes later, it was over. The police had arrested several men. Inside the warehouse, they found documents, money, and a map of the city. Cross was carefully examining the papers when an officer shouted, "Detective!" A wounded man lay on the floor. He was one of Luigi's men. "Who's running this operation?" Cross asked. The man coughed. Blood trickled from the corner of his mouth. "You're already too late." "Where is Luigi?" "By the river." "Where exactly?" The man looked directly into Cross's eyes. "The old bridge." Then he lost consciousness. Meanwhile, Luigi Romano stood beside an abandoned railroad bridge. Several armed men stood nearby. Below the bridge, an old cargo boat rocked gently on the water. Crates filled with money and documents were loaded aboard. Luigi was preparing to leave Chicago. But suddenly, footsteps echoed through the darkness. "Going somewhere?" Luigi spun around. Victor Merelli emerged from the fog. Frank Morris and several other men stepped out behind him. Silence fell. Luigi smirked. "I thought you'd be hiding." "This is my city," Merelli replied. "Not anymore." Merelli slowly stepped forward. "You destroyed everything we spent years building." "No." Luigi shook his head. "I simply showed how fragile your empire really is." At that moment, police cars appeared at the far end of the bridge. Their headlights cut through the fog. Cross and Tom had arrived just in time. Now three sides stood facing each other on the bridge. The police, Merelli's men, and Luigi's men. No one wanted to back down. No one wanted to leave. Tom slowly raised his revolver. Cross shouted, "Everyone drop your weapons." But it was already too late. One of the gangsters accidentally pulled the trigger. A gunshot rang out. In an instant, the bridge became a battlefield. Bullets flew in every direction. Men dove behind steel beams for cover. Sparks exploded from the bridge's metal framework. The war for Chicago had reached its most dangerous moment. To be continued.